So now let's start with the third scientist, that is known as Hutchinson. Let's see his work with respect to phylogenetic system of classification. So the time period for Hutchinson is 1884 till 1970. Let's start. First point, he is a British botanist. He belonged to UK. He had written a book, Families of Flowering Plant. From time period 1954 till 1960, and again additions were done. While working with the flowering plant, he considered most of the primitive characters of a flower. Example, double perianth and bisexual condition of a flower, and woody arboreal habit. We call it as woody liana also. So now let's discuss this word. What is a double perianth? Okay, whenever you have a carpel, okay, and you have a corolla. Suppose this is a corolla of a flower, and suppose you have a sepal over here. So this both together are going to conclude the perianth. Bisexual condition means androecium and gynoecium present. The both has to be present. There were 2 volumes of book which related with phylogeny, and in that he has given the classification. Now we'll quickly revise the work that was done by Hutchinson. Okay, the time period is 1884 to 1970. Okay, he is a British botanist. The book what he has written is Families of Flowering Plant. Okay, the time period is 1954 to 19. He has taken mostly the primitive characters, means the old character that could be easily seen. Okay, he has seen double perianth, which is this. Okay, corolla and calyx, that will be surrounded. Okay, double perianth. Okay, bisexual condition where androecium, which is male, and gynoecium, which is female, is present inside the flower. Woody arboreal habitat means in the forest you can see a thick wood. Okay, fine. So that is something, it relates with the habit. Okay, it generally connects from one tree and goes to the other tree. Okay, now there were 2 volumes and the book was named as Phylogeny. Fine. Now we will understand the classification or the phylogeny that was provided by Hutchinson. So let's see the classification that Hutchinson has done on the basis of the seed. He divided them into gymnosperm, and angiosperm. Angiosperm. Gymnosperm means seed are naked, means we can see the seed easily, and in angiosperm seed are covered by fruit. Inside the fruit we get the seed. So Hutchinson divided them into phylum, then into subphylum, then into division, and finally into order. So Hutchinson classified the plant until order. Hutchinson majoritarily worked on the angiosperm, so he divided this into subphylum, into two subphylum, dicot and monocot. He further divided dicot into two subdivisions. First is Lignosae, Herbaceae. Now he has divided order into two particular format. One is start and one is stop. The start and with what it is ending, okay, in Lignosae. So it starts with magnoliales, and it ends with verbenales. So Lignosae are going to start with their order. The first order would be magnoliales and the last order would be verbenales. Herbaceae starts with the order that is known as Rhanales. It ends with the order that is known as Lamiales. Fine. Now we'll quickly see up the classification pattern that was given by Hutchinson. So the classification was based on seed, and majoritarily of his work was on flowering plants. Okay, so he divided on the basis of seed, phylum, subphylum, division and order. Okay, he classified seed into gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymnosperm means seed which are naked, angiosperm means seed which are covered. He divided angiosperm into two particular subphylum, that becomes the dicot and the monocot. Okay, then he divided dicot into divisions, what we call it as lignose and herbaceae. Lignose means woody plant, herbaceous means short plant or green stem plant. Then he divided them into order. So this is the starting order and this is the ending order or the last order. Simultaneously, for division Herbaceae, the starting order was Rhanales and the ending order was Lamiales. In Lignosae, there were near about 54 orders that could be seen, and in Herbaceae there were 28 orders that could be seen, that was classified by Hutchinson. Now we will be concentrating on the classification that has to be seen on by the monocot. Okay, so he divided monocot into three major parts. The first was calciferae, the next was coralliferae, The third was gloomy Ferre. So in monocot you have three divisions according to his classification. In Calciferae you have calyx present. In Coroliferae you have perianth present. In Glumiferae you have perianth absent. So on the basis of calyx and perianth, the division was developed by Hutchinson for monocot. Division were divided into order. For Calciferae, the order is butomoles. For Coroliferae, the order is gramineals. In Calciferae, there were near about 29 orders that could be recognized. In Coroliferae, there were near about 34 orders that could be recognized. So, this was the basis of classification that was done by Hutchinson. Now, we'll see of the merit and demerit of the Hutchinson's classification. Now, let's see of the merit of Hutchinson's classification. Monocots was arised from dicot. So this statement is absolutely true. Okay, so therefore this is one of the merit in Hutchinson's classification. Okay, Magnoniales and Ranels. Magnoliales represent arboreal plant. Ranel represent herbaceous plant. This both are order that could be seen in dicot plant. So both of these gave us proof for parallel evolution. Next point, monocot shows reduction of perianth. To form membranous structure. Such membranous structure we call it as lodicules. Next point, gymnosperm were placed before angiosperm. Means angiosperm are the most developed plant as compared to the gymnosperm. So this was also again the right point that could be noticed in the flowering plant. So we'll quickly revise the merit that we could see. Okay, monocots are arise from dicots. This statement was true. Okay, Mangolian and Ranels, these both are the order that could be seen in the dicot classification. Magnoliales are the arboreal plant, Ranels are the herbaceous plant. Okay, they show simultaneous development. Therefore, the concept of parallel evolution in plant, very important point. Next, monocot show the reduction of perianth. So their perianth were decreasing, okay, and it was converting into membranous form, okay, and that membranous form we call it as lodicules, okay. Gymnosperm are underdeveloped than angiosperm, okay. So gymnosperm were first placed, okay, they were placed before as compared to the angiosperm. So these were the important merit that we could notice in the Hutchinson phylogenetic system of classification. Now we'll see the demerit of Hutchinson classification. So now let's look at the demerit at Hutchinson's classification. The first demerit was emphasis was given to habitat. And if you can remember the first artificial classification that was done by Aristotle, again it was habitat was one of the factor in that, which was not considered in natural system of classification. So due to which we could get an Aristotelian view of classification. Second point, origin of angiosperm, which is the flowering plant, from a plant which is known as Bennettalium. This plant is an gymnosperm. So gymnosperm could not give rise to angiosperm. Hutchinson theory could not be practically used, okay, the theory what he has given could not be practically used. It was more like artificial key, which was majorly based on assumptions, okay. So these were drawback or demerit of Hutchinson system of classification, okay. So here the emphasis were given on habitat, okay. They said that gymnosperm has given rise to angiosperm by a plant reference they have given is Bennettalium, okay. Theory could not be used more practically, okay, and it was more of assumptions. So these were the demerits of Hutchinson phylogenetic system of classification. So here we complete the topic based on Hutchinson system of classification. Hope you liked today's video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.